Yamamrutat. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Yam.
Sahana vavatu, sahana bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvi navadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityo Ma Mritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good evening. The whole country is suffused with the spirit of Azadika Amrit Mahotsav. 75 years of political independence. The people who fought for this political freedom, a good number of them sacrificed their lives. Okay? So this is the occasion for us to pay our homage and tribute to these martyrs, to these heroes. If they had valued their life, okay, if they did not display that kind of sacrificing spirit, today we would not have been here the way we are, breathing the free air. Because none of us have experienced what it tastes like to be under an authoritarian regime, to be under an oppressive rule. You have not tasted it, right? We are all born in free India. How much of freedom we enjoy, that we understand the value of it only if we had experienced the life under an authoritarian regime. So the nature of the human mind is certain things it understands only when you compare, right? Unless you are made to see that, you don't understand the value of it. Unless you know what is darkness, you don't know the value of light. Yes or no? It's like that. Everything is like that in this world. Otherwise, we don't even know the value of it. The value of it we would have known better, we would have appreciated it better had we tasted that dictatorial or authoritarian autocratic regime. Our forefathers, our predecessors, the people who lived 2-3 generations back, they had sacrificed their lives with the intention that our future generations should not experience this torment. The torment that we are experiencing, our future generations should not experience. For their sake, we should sacrifice our lives. We should make life seem easy for them. Okay, at least they should live and they should lead a good life. They should live in a free country because they had that ambition, that dream. They sacrificed their lives. If they had really valued their life, why should I sacrifice my life for the future generation? Right? Why should I go to jail? Why should I take all this trouble? Why should I protest against the British? Why should I do the Rasta Roco? Why should I do the Hartal? If they had thought like that, we would not have been here today, the way we are. So this is an occasion for all of us to celebrate political freedom that we have won with great difficulty. So many people have sacrificed in their own way. Again and again they were incarcerated. Again and again they were imprisoned. They were treated brutally. They were beaten up, punished, tormented in so many ways. The police regime, right? Basically, foreign rule means you can't protest. You can't voice your dissent against the state, against the establishment. You can't write one line in a newspaper or magazine. Of course, in those days, TVs were not there. The so-called freedom of expression. There are certain people in the country today, they are not happy with the freedom of expression that they enjoy. Now, freedom of expression is being stifled, free voice is being muzzled. They are using such expressions, but they don't know what it is to live in an oppressive rule. You go to countries like where autocrats are there, dictators are there now. I was watching a video there. Some YouTuber is in Syria. He's telling there, Syria is a police state now. If you say something against the government, okay, so you are in a market, you just actually talking freely with your friend. Something against the leader of the country you have said, something against government you have said. There will be plainclothes policemen are around. You don't know. Plainclothes policemen will be all around. You don't even know. You think he's a civilian, but he's not a civilian, he's a policeman. And there are separate jails for people who criticize the government. Okay, you can't go to court, right? You can't have a TV debate. Why have you arrested me? Nothing like that. No such freedom. Simply you are put in jail. How many days? Nobody knows. You will be released only when the mercy comes upon you. Okay, no law in that way. Authoritarian regime, it's a dictatorial regime. So the value of the freedom that we are enjoying, we understand better only when you happen to live under such a regime, for some time at least. So in that way, we have our troubles, we have our challenges. Of course, unemployment is there, poverty is there, corruption is there. But leave that all apart. The freedom that we enjoy is a luxury for a great many people in the world. The political freedom that we enjoy is a luxury for a vast majority of population in the world even today. When you understand that, we'll be able to appreciate the freedom that we are enjoying better. And we'll be able to appreciate the sacrifices that our forefathers have made for freeing this country. You know, Vivekananda is considered the pioneer of freedom movement. In fact, he sowed the seeds. He laid the foundation upon which other national leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Bipin Chandra Pal, Subhash Chandra Bose, and also Arvind Ghosh, they had built the structure of the freedom movement. You know, in those days, when revolutionaries used to carry Vivekananda's this book, Lectures from Colombo to Almora. I've already mentioned about it. We are conducting a contest on that book this year. The book contains around 28 lectures. The contest is only on 4 lectures. When you find time, when you get time, please read that book. Every revolutionary used to carry this book of Vivekananda, Lectures from Colombo to Almora. British police at that time thought of banning the book. So they were searching. Everybody is carrying the same book. What is there in it? Is there anything against the British? They searched the entire book, but they didn't find a single line where actually Swamiji criticized the British government. Without criticizing the government, without uttering a single word against the oppressive rule of the British, Vivekananda roused the national consciousness. So Swamiji was not, all his methods were constructive methods. He was just pondering, he had thought on this. Why such a vast country like India, with 33 crore population, was under subjugation, where 77,000 Britishers were ruling 33 crore Indians? A huge mismatch, so just 77,000 people ruling such a vast land, as continent in it, subcontinent. How could that be possible? If they were united, their will was a combined will, where we were disunited. And no combined will was not there in the country. Otherwise, 33 crore people, if they come together, how 77,000 people, crore people, 1,000 people can stand against you? Impossible. So to unite the country, he was looking for a common link, and Swami had found the common link. That common link is spirituality. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the thing that unites the entire nation is spirituality. Everywhere you go, and people are going to south for pilgrimage, and people in the south are going to north for pilgrimage. As a whole, the India, as a geography, for millennia actually, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from the Himalayas to the Cape Cameron. Okay, so one geography is one race. So, but still we are divided on caste lines and regional lines and linguistic lines. And we got all these divisions actually. So there was no cohesiveness amongst us. There was no other sense of patriotism, feeling of oneness. And Swamiji, so to cure this anomaly as it were, so he had given a series of talks, the lectures from Colombo to Almara, basically the patriotic talks, where he glorifies Indian civilization. He exhorts to Indians, his fellow countrymen, the glory of their own civilization and glory of their motherland. So the roots of our civilization, he helped Indians discover their own roots, and in the process he roused national consciousness without condemning the British rule. And Mahatma Gandhi said after reading Vivekananda, my love for country has increased thousandfold. వివేకానంద స్వామిని చదివిన తర్వాత నా దేశభక్తి 1000 రెట్లు పెరిగినట్టు మహాత్మా గాంధీ. ఓకే, the father of the nation, okay, derived enough inspiration from the teachings of Vivekananda. He himself had acknowledged that this is the inspiration I have got from Vivekananda. Jawaharlal Nehru said, Subhash Chandra Bose said, had he been alive, I would have sat at his feet. Subhash Chandra Bose said. Jawaharlal Nehru said that I don't know how many people, how many youth of this country are reading Vivekananda today, but when we were in college, we used to read Vivekananda for inspiration. Jawaharlal Nehru said. So there are so many galaxy of national leaders who read Vivekananda and took inspiration. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, when he was in Alipur jail, he had seen Vivekananda. Vivekananda came in his dream and had instructed him. Aurobindo writes in his memoirs, in his biography, right? This Vivekananda had come in my dream and he had instructed me. Then he retired to Pondicherry and then he became a yogi. But still he said that he had his own contribution to the freedom struggle. Though actually he retired from active political struggle, he said that at a subtle level, at a psychological level, the influence of that great yogi, Sri Aurobindo. This year actually we are celebrating the 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo was born on 15th August. Okay? So this 15th August actually is the concluding program, in fact, of Sri Aurobindo's 150th birth anniversary. So all these nation leaders derived inspiration from Vivekananda. You also should read that book, Lectures from Colombo to Almara. Then you will understand the glory of your own motherland. Okay? Thank you. Nice evening.